day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, fourth-year man from Oklahoma.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Mayfield on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete there to Beckham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Now Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Cousins. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. A give. This is Chubb. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Running on 1st down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 18 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Into the secondary past the 40. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. first down. Here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. A gain of 6 there on first. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Parkey is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 17-0 our score after 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins gives way to Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understands.
Under a heavy rush, possession. Down he goes. Anthony Walker in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Landry. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass. And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done. Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of... And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off? Did you just fit a race car reference into the game? Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now. Zoom, zoom indeed. Parkey adds the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing is Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again? I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Cook. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Glenn. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That's taken on the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Play fake. Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. It's a squibber picked up. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. The Eagles trying to finish that one off and claim victory. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
right, Coach. Thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. On first down, it's Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 25. 86 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins to throw it. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Airing this one out for Fitzgerald, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. There will be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. "13 yards the tally on the return there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Mayfield down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Parkey for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nwangu now from his end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to this offense. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still is... And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On play action, Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Switzer now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
69 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Landry again, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And again, it's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Parkey is good, and that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Vikings on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Cousins now. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Jet sweep. Here's Fitzgerald. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play It can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's brought down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Here's Switzer. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Parkey with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.